Well, it turned into a 2-day recovery. The thing is, it started as a simple outing with a friend, getting into the woods, bringing a grill and our dogs to just go hang out and have lunch. I ended up finding myself in a very sticky situation that resulted in leaving this rig in the woods overnight and having to call Colorado 4x4 Rescue, where I just got it unstuck. Enjoy the video and welcome back. My name's Adam and I run the G-Wheeling channel, the only channel on YouTube dedicated to the G-Wagon for the love of G. Now let's get started. Well, Theo and I came out to do some wheeling and grilling. We just brought the dogs and man, so this is a quite steep, I don't know if you can see how, like I got the camera level, Theo's all the way up there grabbing the dog. And then we got this snow patch and then it's off camber heading down into a deep snow pile there. And then we got Ruben and Theo coming to check it out. So we'll see where we go here. What are you thinking, man? Do you think we go up or do you think we go down?
I don't know.
I'm thinking down.
I think if we go down, we're just gonna slide. Either way, it's gotta happen.
Yeah.
Who's heavier?
They're probably about the same. I'm gonna just take a look down here. This this snow isn't that deep. It's just that we've got that slush factor. Yeah, someone bailed there. It'll be that this last part. Right over there. No one's hit that yet. And this is a pretty big drift because we're on a north-facing side. All right, Theo's gonna give it a go. We got this section here, and then he's got this corner to make off this way. Stay high. And it looks a little slidey. If you do slide a little, you're almost on the dirt. Yeah, there you go. All right, start turning into it hard. And off the brakes, or your back end will go. Stop right there, So if you stay on the brakes, your back end will slide. You actually want to be on the gas to get around that corner. There it is. No, I'd get on it a little bit. Yeah, stay on it. Stay in it. Woo! Yeah! Look at that. Well, that turned out to be easier than we thought, and you just never know when it comes to snow and ice, especially when it's off camber. And we had a blast. Look at this. Oh yeah, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, things got interesting. This is downhill on the ice, and did you get any damage? Gosh, so see the ice right there? Theo's back end slid right into it, and I could have swore you hit that tree. So he's turned like halfway around, and oh boy, that is icy. So yeah, truck was not set up that way. You see the branch got knocked off. Yeah, dude, I wonder if your tailgate hit.
Nope.
Or not? Nothing.
My armor is.
Good Lord. Oh boy, I'm about to eat shit. Oh, that is slick. All right, so this again, as I was talking about, look at this sheet of ice here too. Dude, your truck, there's the trail.
Wait till you see where it stops.
Yeah,
On the
let's
back
take a
tire
look.
and the tree.
Oh, you all right? Yeah, I almost ate it too. So spare tire carrier's on there. You're on the tree.
I know, but it stopped.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Might have to sacrifice a tree.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of this. So I got an idea.
I feel like Max Tracks.
Yeah, let's figure this out. So, you know what? Yeah, I got an idea. So, is your front end on ice?
No, my front end is on scale.
Okay.
I was gonna put Max Tracks there and in the front.
I actually think we should see if we can get your front end so we can slide it, because these back two are on ice. Your back driver's on ice, and this is on ice, and we could actually use that as a pivot. And if we can get your front end to just pivot around. So, let's see.
I have all of that on dash cam.
Yeah, that happened in a hurry. Man,
That could have been real bad.
that could have been really, really bad. Well, what started as a casual four-wheel grill with the dogs turned into this situation. So what our game plan, Theo's rear wheels are on the ice. The front has a little traction. We pulled my truck up here. We're gonna test it because it's icy. We don't want me to slide into him. So we're gonna run my winch line to his back bumper, and we're gonna start to just basically keep tension on it so he can pull forward, and we keep the back end from staying on that ice and then slinging him around in a 180 and doing a little spin the top. So we're gonna get this rigging set up, and then we'll turn this back on, see how it goes. All right, recovery update. We got my winch line hooked up here to the rear bumper. We got to take the slack out. And what I'm gonna show you is what we did with my truck, because I'm sitting on ice and I needed to be there so we can clear those trees with the winch line. So as a safety measure, what we did, and this was Theo's thinking, which was really bright, is just as a back anchor, we've got a tree strap around this tree. And I know people are saying, hey, that tree's dead. It's really low on the tree, hooked up to my rear end. In case I start sliding, it'll keep me from moving anywhere. So let's see what happens. We're gonna take the slack out and then we'll start winching. It's like an episode of Matt's Off-Road Recovery. So Theo's getting some traction boards under the rear. We want the front to slide so it pivots around where his spare tire carrier is hung up on that tree like I showed you. And we got the slack line taken out. Excuse me, not the slack line, the slack and the winch line taken out. And then we're just gonna slowly pivot him around and then figure out if this is something that I should be attempting or not. So stay tuned. Okay, so here's what we got. We got the line hooked up, and I'm gonna start pulling some line in, see if we can get his back end to pivot, to pull up so his front end can go down. All right, are you in neutral?
Copy that.
All right, I'm gonna start pulling now. And this is going exactly as planned. Okay, I'm sliding now. Okay, this is not good. It's pulling me down instead of you up. So what I'm gonna have you do now, and go real slow, is inch forward. Keep going. I'm gonna let some cable out. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. Keep going. You get your back end's got traction. I'm gonna keep letting it out. Hard right. Hard right. There you go. Keep going. Hard right. Okay, hang on. I'm letting some line out. Keep going. And I believe you're in the clear, Theo. I'm just gonna keep inching cable out. Hang on. Hang on. All right, a little more hard right. Stay into it and you're good. Okay. Okay, keep going. And stop right there for a second. If you can, go passenger and back up. Keep coming. Keep coming. You're fine if you slide. You're fine. All right. You are in the clear. Now hard driver and forward. Okay, stop, 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 stop. You're pulling me. And let me get some line out here. We should be good for you to release the line and just inch forward. You're off the ice. All right, so we got it. And as predicted, we ended up pulling, and Theo's idea for that rear anchor was really smart. So I'm gonna grab this camera and we're gonna go for a walk. I'll show you out. Yeah, so we had this as our anchor, and it held us. So we've got some, oh, you know what? We got slack in it. So we didn't actually need all of that, which is nice. Theo's getting the line pulled off, and then we're gonna see what we decide to do next year. Problem solving in the making. So what we decided to do is I am going to try to stay again, I've got the camera level. You can see this is off camber leading into those trees, and ice is not forgiving. We thought about different avenues to do this. What we decided to do is set these max tracks down. I'm gonna stay high side in this more fresh snow, because down here is all glare ice, which you can kind of see. So that's what Theo slid on. So we got the max tracks lined up. I'm gonna go passenger tire on this side because I got a narrow rig, and I'm gonna stay as high up here as we can, and then we'll just kind of send it once we go. So let's see how this goes. So from here you have a better angle to see kind of the situation we're working with, and we'll see what happens here once we go on this high side.
Passenger a little bit. Straight. You're about 2 feet from him. You're on.
That worked really well. Thank you very much.
So things got interesting. We just got through the first ice flow. You can see this ice here. And then again, down and off camber around there. So it's not that, again, I'm on the high side. Should be all right, but we're gonna just get Theo up, kind of creating his own rut up here so he can not slide his back end down, because we just don't know how icy it is beneath this. Gas, gas, gas. You're good, gas. Stay on the gas and you're good, buddy. Nice work. A little spooky when that back end came around. So Theo and I just talked. It's counterintuitive when you're in the snow going down and you want to use your brakes to control your speed. But when you hit your brakes, your rear end has a tendency to snap around. So when, like up here, kind of where I'm standing is where Theo's back end started going around. That's why I said gas, gas, gas. So even though you're like, hey, I'm sliding, I want to hit the brakes, what you need to do is actually stay off the brakes, stay on the gas to weight the rear end and push through it. So anyway, he made it just fine, and now I'm going to give it a go. So Theo, why did you decide, or how did you decide in a 4Runner for an overland build versus like a pickup where you could take the rear seats out for Runa and then have all your gear?
Well, Runa wouldn't fit in the rear seats if I took them out.
Of a
so
pickup?
I wanted more of, no.
Oh.
If it was like a quad cab pickup,
Yeah, if you just did a quad cab pickup with a rear seat delete.
he wouldn't have enough room, I don't think.
Ah.
I was, during COVID, I had a buddy get stuck in India, while traveling over there, and he lent me his 2017 Tacoma.
Uh-huh.
And so I got to mob around with that for 3 or 4 months and really test drive it. I just didn't like the long wheelbase. I didn't like how the dash was set up. And if I could do it again, I probably would have just went ahead and bit the bullet and bought an 80 series. But
Yeah, the 80 series was nice. It's funny, this morning I was looking at 100 series. I love them. They're crazy expensive.
big vehicles.
And big vehicles, but you've got a sweet rig. If you are new to the channel, thank you, Theo. We did a build tour of Theo's rig. I'll put a link to it right up here in this video. Check it out. Thank you, 463 Industries, for these beadlocks. It's so nice running low pressure. All right, we just came up on a spot where around the corner you're going to see is a bunch of snow drifts and very deep snow. You can kind of see behind me we're jumping into the trees. So we just both aired down again, and I'm down to 4.5 psi. Thank you to 463 Industries for sending me these wheels. I did a full review on these. Well, not a full review, an initial impressions. My review is coming as we go. 463 Industries sent these to me. I didn't pay for the wheels. They did not pay for this video, and my opinions are mine. But what I will say is I love them so far. And being able to run this low of pressure is going to be great, because what we have, and Theo's just getting his stuff put away. Oh, look at that. He's getting proactively on it. I should just throw mine on my rear, but anyway, here we go. This is a taste, oh look at that, fresh moose poop, of what's in store for us. Let's flip this around, you'll take a look. Is just a lot of snow and a lot of snow drifts. And we aren't quite sure how passable it is, but there's only one way. We're stuck. We buried it. Even Runa's getting buried. So we're buried again, but we made it all the way through. I didn't film because I only had one hand. Oh boy, it's deep. But we got, yeah, so she's buried. We're just looking for a winching point. We have fresh moose poop. This is an area very common to moose. Theo, do you think, oh yeah, and blood. Weird. Do you think we should just winch to this one? Or I was even thinking, like, you know.
I don't think we're going to reach the telephone pole.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get rigged and then I'll turn this back on. So we're hooked up to that pole. We're taking some slack out. And all right, this is going to be some slow moving. That's all right. We're just going to go nice and slow. Okay. So, turn the lockers off. I got them locked, but I just feel like I'm digging. Things went from bad to worse. Let's go in order. First, my phone died. I got a new phone, it's a Google Pixel, and the charger in my truck, even though it hooks up, it doesn't charge the battery. And Theo had a backup and I had the same issue. Number two, We worked for a couple hours. We got nowhere. Winching forward seemed to be the good move. We ended up seeing across the way, it looked like the road was clear. So we scouted it, walked around the corner, found a bunch of snow drifts. That wasn't the option. After all of our winching efforts and the weight of the vehicle being stuck was overpowering the winch. It was too long to get from myself to a tree and using a snatch block, which is a way to double the winching power. And that was out. So what we ended up doing is laying max tracks down and winching our way, trying to reverse out, which worked for 6 feet. And then we got buried. Then the next problem came up. We tried to get Theo's truck behind mine so we could pull me from behind, and that didn't work. He kept getting stuck no matter what we did, so we ended up getting him unstuck. At this point, we decided, you know what, we got to cut our losses. So we did. We left my truck overnight. We grabbed the dogs, which I'm out with again here, Maddie and then Luna, who's running up the trail, and we threw them into his truck. He drove me home. At that point, I called Colorado 4x4 Rescue and Recovery, and listen, these guys it's a nonprofit organization, and I did not want to be the dude who runs a YouTube channel cramming a phone in their face when they so kindly donated their Sunday to help me get out of there. So we just gave the attention to the truck, and the good news is snow conditions changed for the better. What Theo and I had dealt with the day before was loose snow that you'd step on and just sink in, but a really cold night set the snow up. So what we did is we got max tracks underneath the tires and then used a snatch block. And a snatch block goes into this recovery point here. The winch line comes through it and then anchors to a tree. So we were actually able to get one of the recovery trucks right up behind me and then run the snatch block to a tree, quick tug, pop me up over the snow, which was set up nicely. And at low PSI, thank you to the 463 Industries B-Locks, because I was able to run such low pressure, I was down a 4.5, I floated right on top of the snow. We got out of there like it was a piece of cake. And now, back to the video, picking up in my truck, sitting there right after we got pulled out. Anyway, this is day 2. So we just got the truck out. Thank you to some off-road recovery help. We left it here overnight, and we are about to venture out. My biggest lesson, what's funny, if you watch the other video I did with Theo, it was me and him in his 4Runner, and we got buried, and I said my lesson was listen to your gut. And I was looking at this drift, which looks like nothing now, and I said to myself, we shouldn't do this. And we went through, and it got buried. So anyway, lesson, very, very big lesson learned, to just always trust the intuition and don't push it. So we've got a group of 4 rigs behind. We're just getting turned around right now. And it was a humbling experience, and I'm grateful for the help. Huge thank you to Colorado 4x4 Rescue and Recovery. If you want to see more off-road videos, getting stuck in the snow, unstuck, stuck again, and unstuck again, watch Theo and I have a rowdy, snow fun-filled adventure. Jump into this video. See you in the next one.